All right, hello, welcome to Heal and Ascend Tarot. So I hope everyone is doing well. Today is going to be a pick a card reading for your blockages. So what's blocking you when it comes to life and love right now? So what I've actually decided to do to just get a little bit more of a schedule when it comes to the collective readings on the channel is every day, Monday through Saturday, I'm going to have set readings. So you guys can expect these readings. So I'm just going to read them out real quickly. So Monday is going to be your general love reading. So the typical readings that you see me do, Mondays we're going to be doing those. Tuesdays are going to be the twin flame reading. Wednesdays will be what do you need to know right now, so messages from your spirit guides, anything can come through. Thursdays are going to be how do they feel about you, pick a card. I know that's one of your favorites. Friday is going to be what's blocking you in life and love. And then Saturday is going to be an all signs love messages. So we go through all the signs and we do the 2 to 3 minutes of the love messages. Now, Sundays, if I have the time and if I'm able to, it'll just be a random read. So it'll be whatever, either if it's a subscriber's question type of read or just something that is on the top of my mind, I'll do a reading on that for Sundays if I do a Sunday reading. Okay, so I hope you guys like the new schedule so you'll know what to expect. So you can pop on the days where you want to listen to that specific reading, okay? If you want to book something personal with me, my information is down below in the description box, as well as access to guided meditations and online courses, all right? But let's jump in. So the first crystal here is we have black tourmaline, okay? We have pile number 2 is opalite. The crystal sets are going to be available at the end of this month as well, maybe sooner. And then we have pyrite for number 3. Okay, so just take a moment to see which crystal, which pile is resonating with you. And we'll take a look at what is currently blocking you in life and love. Okay, so let's move these over. We'll start with pile number 1. Okay, so if you guys chose the black tourmaline, let's take a look and see what is blocking you right now. Okay, so we have community, number 7. We have angels of the 4 directions, spirit. We have the sun. Life is wonderful. Thrive through the power of positive thinking and inspiring success. We have 8 of swords, helpless and hopeless. And we have health. Okay. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Okay. So right off the bat, guys, I want to say this. There is a potential for you right now to really experience a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, especially with the sun coming through here. We do have the card, the 8 of swords here, which typically is a card of limitation, personal limitation. But if you notice, the sun is shining through the mountains. So I see that there is this like opportunity for your life to really blossom and evolve. So I'm seeing really positive energy come through. You just have a few things that you're needing to sort of release. Okay, right off the bat, I'm gonna throw this out there. This won't be for everyone, but some of you guys have got yourself stuck. There's 2 things coming up here. Either you have yourself stuck in sort of a love triangle situation, or you're possibly holding on to like an unrequited love situation is what I'm hearing with the community card. Okay, that's for some of you. For others of you, if you know that's not the case, then I'm seeing here that the people that you're spending time with right now, there could be one person or multiple people that maybe don't have your best interest, or maybe are kind of dragging you down energetically. So you're really needing to evaluate who you're putting your time and energy into, who are you investing your, your time, really, your energy. Like that's so important, right? It's so vital. So whatever you're investing, whoever it is that you're investing that in, be careful about that, because I feel like there's either someone or maybe multiple people that don't have your best interest or that could possibly be dragging you down. Now, when I say that, I don't mean to say that in terms of like certain people are better than other people. People are always in a different level of vibration. So if you're wanting to raise your vibration and experience more joy and love and prosperity and all of that, it really is important to cut ties with anything that's not aligning with you. And that's the same with like cutting ties with, a job that's sucking your soul, right? So it could be anything, but I feel like for a lot of you, it could be people that you're spending time with. Now, if it's not that, then it's the love triangle, third party, unrequited love situation, okay? So the other thing that's blocking you right now is you're not allowing yourself to surrender to spiritual support. So a lot of you guys are trying to do everything on your own right now. You're feeling this like need to maybe force things or step into that masculine energy in your life where you're trying to make everything happen, but you're forgetting that you have the force of spirit behind you, okay, in all directions. We literally have the angels of the 4 directions. So you do have a lot of spiritual guidance right now. Some of you guys are really needing to take time to like cultivate a stronger spiritual practice, and it doesn't matter who you believe in. So it doesn't matter if you you know, it doesn't matter what your religion is, it doesn't matter, whatever it is for you, whatever you believe in, whatever is your source of support, you're needing to lean on that a little bit more, cultivate a daily spiritual practice. For some of you, maybe it's going to church. For some of you, it could be just meditating every day, whatever it may be, bringing more spirit into your daily life, okay? Now, the other huge message that I'm getting here is, especially with the black tourmaline coming through as the crystal that you guys chose, there's a lot of negative energy that you're needing to release. A lot of you guys could be thinking very negatively right now, and you're needing to shift your thoughts to more positive thinking, okay? Especially with the 8 of Swords. So this card is, it says here, helpless and hopeless. So some of you guys have got yourself in sort of a mental funk where, you know, maybe things haven't gone the way you wanted them to in your life and in your love, or maybe money, whatever it may be, because this is general for your general life. So this negative mentality, or this kind of like feeling of things not going possibly the way you had wanted them to go, you're starting to feel helpless. Some of you guys are starting to get pessimistic about the situation. So you're needing to shift your thoughts to optimism, to, okay, well, this didn't work out, but there's still possibility here. There's still opportunity here. And just that little shift will allow you to kind of move into a different vibration. Okay, and the last thing that I'm seeing here is health, okay? Specifically physical health. So some of you guys have been neglecting your physical body. Maybe you haven't been eating as good as you could be, okay? You know, literally as I was just about to pick up the health card, I just took a sip of my mushroom coffee, and that's just on my personal, in my personal life. Like, I was drinking a lot of caffeine. There's still caffeine in this, but I was drinking a lot of just Starbucks coffee, which is fine, I guess, in small doses, but I noticed myself getting a lot of anxiety from the caffeine, and I know that it's not the best thing for my body, so I've been switching to the mushroom coffee. So it could just be like making small shifts, okay? So some of you guys, it's not like major health issues, it could just be small shifts that are gonna help you just evolve, right? Because everything is connected, mind, body, and spirit. When you're taking care of your body, it's connected to your mind and it's connected to your spirit. So we don't want to neglect those aspects. Some of you guys could have some major health issues that you're really needing to address. Please don't avoid those. They're coming up for a reason. So we have major health concerns because it's showing us a really deep-rooted pattern, right? If we look at something like cancer, I'm not saying that that's the case. I'm just saying that if we look at something like cancer, that is based on years and years and years of holding on to resentment, right? So addressing the emotional patterns, the negative patterns within ourselves, and taking in account the physical impact that the negative thinking has had on our body, okay? So that's currently what's blocking you guys. That's what you have to work on. But I will say that the overall energy that I'm getting is there's a lot of light coming through. There's a lot of light that wants to shine through. And if you were to just work on these blockages, your life is really going to bloom. That was the immediate message that I got from this card, or this pile here, okay? So that's what I have for number 1. If you guys want to book a personal reading, all of my information is in the description box down below, all right? So let's take a look at number 2. If you guys chose the Opalite, let's see. What is blocking you in life and love? Okay, so we have the thinking man. We have back and forth, number 5, intention. We have the 3 of Swords, release the past. You will grow from this situation. Time heals all wounds. We have the 8 of Pentacles, dedicated effort. And we have regret. Wow, I know that I cannot change the past. So we have 2 messages here about the past. So release the past, and I know that I cannot change the past. So let's start there. So if you guys chose this pile, first of all, there's a heartbreak that you have not released, guys. So there's someone who broke your heart, or maybe you broke someone's heart. For a lot of you, I think your heart was broken. And you're really holding on to this. Some of you guys are thinking like, if I had done this differently, maybe we'd still be together. Or like, Some of you guys, it could be a heartbreak where maybe you lost a loved one, but I think for a lot of you, it's going to be like a romantic loss, like, you know, someone you cared about, a breakup, a separation. So there's a feeling that's coming up here of, what if I had done this? What if I had said this? Would things be different? You know, and Spirit is saying, release that thinking. Regret holds you back. Regret is a very, very negative emotion, and it really keeps you stuck in like feelings of powerlessness, and it really keeps you low on the vibrational scale. So Spirit's wanting you to know that you can't change the past. So there's no point in ruminating on it. It's only hurting you more. Whatever happened was meant to happen. Okay, so that's the really big message here. You didn't do anything wrong. Whatever happened was meant to happen. There was a lesson in whatever you experienced, and new energy will come in, and eventually you will see why this had to happen. Eventually you'll see why this breakup had to happen, or why this heartbreak had to happen. I don't think you guys are there yet. I think you guys are still in the heartbreak of this. But Spirit is saying that in time, okay, time heals all wounds. So in time you will release this, you will overcome it. For some of you, I'm just being told to tell you, like, remember past heartbreaks where you thought you would never get over it and you did, right? So allow yourself time to grieve. Don't ignore the grieving process, but also don't stay in a feeling of regret, because you couldn't have done anything differently. You wouldn't have done anything differently. If Spirit were to plop you back in that situation with the current thought patterns that you had and the emotional patterns that you had, you would have made the same choices, the same decisions. So we're always doing the best we can with where we are. So kind of, you know, let go a little bit, release that regret. Don't hold yourself in that sort of mental prison, okay? Because I feel like, especially with the thinking man in the back and forth here, it's telling me that you are ruminating big time. You're in your head constantly, and you're not allowing yourself to move forward because you're holding on to this past pain, thinking like, yeah, should I change that, or what if I change that? So what's happening is it's not allowing you to move forward in your life because you keep going back. You know, you're going back. It's like every time you take a step forward, you then go backwards because you haven't released the past yet. And this card specifically, I'm not going to read it from the book, but I know what this card means because I do a lot of the blockages in the readings that I do for personal readings. But when this card comes out, the book talks about how we can go forward and backwards, forward and backwards, forward and backwards, and it can give us the illusion that we're moving, but in reality we're going nowhere, right? So if you notice this guy here, he goes back and forth, but does he ever move from the same position? He doesn't. So you might think that you're moving forward because you're making some sort of like movement, but it's you're going backwards and then forwards, backwards and forwards, and there's no forward progress. Like there's no actual progress. You're staying in the same spot. And I think a lot of it has to do with your thought process, and because you haven't released the past yet. Which, guys, I know, trust me, like, I understand releasing the past, letting go of things can be so difficult, but it's the most liberating feeling when you do it, because that's what sets you free. It doesn't allow you, like, when you're stuck in the past, it doesn't allow you to really embody happiness and joy and fulfillment, because those things are found in the present moment, right? So when we're stuck in the past, we can't be present to our lives. And when we're not present, we don't allow for the connection. So when we're present, we allow for source energy, we allow for that connection to spirit, and that's what really propels us forward to a fulfilling life. But if we're stuck in the past, we never allow ourselves to kind of plug in, to get fully charged, and to really experience what it means to be present, which is a fulfilling life. Okay, so you guys are almost, there's been pain in your life, but by holding on to it, you're just perpetuating it, which is hard, okay? For some of you, you guys are needing to put your time and effort into your work right now. That's what's really going to flourish. It seems like for you guys, this is not really a time of love. I think for you, and when it comes to your heart and your heart chakra, this is a time for healing your heart. And so your focus right now, Spirit is saying you should be focusing on work and career and your passion projects, whatever like gets you excited. Anything that you've been thinking, like, you know, maybe you thought, oh, I had this project that I had in mind, but I put it to the side because of this and that. Now's the time to pick those things back up. Take that class, you know, call up that person and go on the interview, whatever it may be. Put time and effort into your work, and this is also something that's going to help you heal. Okay, so that's what I have for pile number 2. So I hope that this reading was helpful for you guys. So let's move on to pile number 3. Okay, if you guys want to book something personal, as always, information's down below. Okay, so let's move on to Pyrite. If you guys chose this here, let's see if there's anything about money in here. Let's take a look for you guys. Yeah, right off the bat, cornucopia, so definitely beautiful. We have status quo, cycle. We have the 7 of Swords. There is a better course of action available to you. Working alone may not be the best answer. Review all the details. Yeah, definitely. Oh, money, money, money. Okay, 5 of Pentacles, feeling alone. Oh, and envy. I am the same as everybody with different challenges. All right, guys, I'm seeing this message very clear right now when it comes to what's blocking you. You guys have a lot of goals. You have a very big vision for your life when it comes to what you want, okay? Some of you guys maybe have actually vision board, or you're just the kind of person that has like this, you have this idea in your head of where you want to be, who you want to be, what you want to accomplish, and that's beautiful. And I feel like this is something that's a driving force for you guys. Currently though, you're not where you want to be, is what it's telling me, financially. I feel like this is more of a financial reading for you guys. I don't see a whole lot of love here, but I'll explain. At least when it comes to what's blocking you right now in life. So for a lot of you, you're not exactly where you want to be. So we have the status quo. So I feel like you're keeping up. It's like keeping up with the Joneses. You might just be kind of, how do I put this? I wouldn't say getting by, but you're not doing, I don't think you're doing bad in life at all. I don't get that at all. I feel like you're just doing what is maybe expected of you. I feel like there's an energy here where you're not completely disappointed with what you've accomplished in life, but you're not exceeding like what, it's almost like you have goals that you still have not reached. And you know that you could be doing better than you're doing. It's kind of the energy that I'm getting here. Some of you might be having financial issues though, because we do have the 5 of Pentacles coming through here. Okay, I don't see, like I said, with this pile, I don't see love issues, but I do see personal issues, like personal life issues. And some of you are feeling lonely. Some of you are feeling like you're trying to fit in, but you feel like you don't fit in. So a lot of you might be driven, and just keep this in mind, a lot of you might be driven, like all these goals that you have might be coming from this drive to fit in, to be a part of something. So this could be blocking you because you might not be aligned with what it is that you truly want to do. Some of you might just be trying to fit in, like the status quo. This is all about, you know, fitting in, keeping up with the Joneses, right? Like, so when we do that, when we're driven by this like desire to fit in, what happens is we lose sight of who we are. We lose sight of what do we truly want out of life? What's our soul path? So a lot of you guys might be a little bit driven by your ego right now and just wanting to make sure that you keep up with everyone else in your life right now. It's kind of like, oh, well, he bought this car, so I need to buy this car, right? It's kind of a little bit of an ego thing going on is what I'm seeing, and this is driven by envy. So a lot of you guys are still needing to release some jealousy. Okay, so you're looking around at other people and kind of a little bit jealous, so that's what's driving this like desire to be like, well, she has this, so I need to get this. And you can accomplish things from that perspective, but when you go about life from that perspective, you don't have the support of spirit. When you align with your soul, you have full support of spirit, and usually when you align with your soul, it's like you will be given a life that's far out of what you could have ever imagined in terms of not only like financially, but also just in terms of fulfillment and just being aligned with who you are. So a lot of you guys are needing to look at how are you approaching your life and your career, and is it coming from an ego-driven place of like, I need to fit in, or is it coming from a purpose-driven place of how can I impact the world? How can I, you know, come into alignment with who I am? Because it's saying here, there is a better course of action available to you. So the way that you've been going about things maybe has yielded you some results, but Spirit's saying there's a better way of doing things. And the way that you're going right now, you're going to end up like alone. Because we even have here, working alone may not be the best answer. And then we also have feeling alone. So when we're in this like competitive vibe, right? So this is the vibe that I'm getting here. When we're in this energy where we're super competitive and we're competing with everyone, we're not working together. And in that perspective, when there's envy and jealousy and we're competitive, there's loneliness there, right? So there's a better way of doing this. It's about supporting your people, you know, allowing other people to help you, like building a network of people that it's supportive. It's not like you're doing everything on your own and just trying to strengthen yourself and put yourself on this pedestal. And you got to ask yourself, where might that be coming from? Okay, if you do have a lot of envy and jealousy, that is related to the heart chakra. So your heart chakra could very well be blocked. You could be dealing with some sort of grief that you have not processed, possibly, or there could be something related to childhood where you felt unloved, and that's where the jealousy is coming from. Okay, so a lot of actually things to consider, but like I said, I'm not getting a whole love vibe here. I'm just getting more of like personal stuff that's blocking you. And this is more about life and career and needing to kind of, oh, the other message I'm getting here, sorry guys, I'm getting bombarded with messages. The other thing I'm getting here, and then I'm going to close out, is some of you have this deep feeling of being alone, and that's why you're being driven to fit in. Because I see this huge desire to like fit in or be a part of something, and it could be because there's some core wounds of loneliness that need to be dealt with. Loneliness and abandonment, okay? But like I said, that's related to the heart chakra, and if you have any childhood trauma, it'd be best to address that, okay? So that's what I have for you guys. So I do hope that this reading was helpful. If it was, definitely comment down below, and if you want to book your own personal reading, my information is in the description box at the bottom. The other thing I just wanted to say was, primarily the personal readings that I have on the website are for love readings, but I do have one new reading that is related to messages from spirit and what do you need to know right now. So if you're looking for more of a reading kind of like this, I would choose that one. It's a short one at the bottom of the personal readings on my website. Okay, anyways, I'm sending you guys absolute love and light, and I wish you all of the best on your journeys. Take care.